So we're turning to Philippians chapter 4, and we're looking at verse 8 again tonight, but we're also adding verse 9. Now, the history of this chapter is Paul is giving some advice, and yet he's in prison, and he's facing death. I mean, he had already been stoned and beaten and hounded, but he is telling them and calling them to something higher. See, he says that they need to be filled with the sort of things that will shape Christian character in them. So they are supposed to be thinking on the things that are true and noble and right, pure, lovely, and admirable. They're to be thinking about Christian virtues and their life, like whatever they are, as many things as they are. If they're true and honorable, or if they're just, if they're in the right relationship between God and man, if they're pure and lovely, they're attractive and amiable, if they're gracious or praiseworthy, then he says, if there's any moral excellence, if there's any virtue, if there's any praise, things that are worthy of praise or excellent, think on those things. But those things we think on, but then we have to carry them into fruition. And Paul is preaching to them in his way, and the way that he not only acted, the way that he spoke, the way he taught, and he was telling them, listen, what you've heard me say, what you've seen in my Christian example, that's how I want you to act. That's how I want you to be. Because verse 9, it then talks about whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put it into practice, and the God of peace will be with you. And the God of peace is not only God's peace, but they will also share in God, with God's peace. So he is our source, and he will be with them always. So Philippians 4, verse 8 and 9, it has a lot to tell us tonight. We delivered 54 of these today, and we've only got 2 left. So I've got to find a special someone who needs them. That's right, our church gave out flowers for Mother's Day, and then we had leftovers, and we said, what can we do with it? So we decided we would bless the people who live in the condo townhomes right next to the church. And then we had extras, so we said, let's bless the households that live around the church, in front of the church. So isn't that nice? It's a nice way to bless and encourage people, even those who aren't of the same faith as you. So here's my book, bestseller of my library, The Giant Leaf. Take a Giant Leaf of Faith by Davy Liu and Douglas Wood. There's actually information in the book where to go, and that's to Can Do Films Productions. And there's the website, candofilms.com. This is a really great book. The pictures are so wonderfully created. The wording is nice. The colors are bold. And the continual journey that the fox goes on and sees this picture. Anyone who's ever had a dream will be enchanted by the adventures of Kendu, a young fox whose search for a giant leaf takes him on an unforgettable journey. He has a monkey friend named Yitzhak at his side. There's a picture of Yitzhak helping him. And it's very interesting, the journey that they go on. And you'll really be surprised as you discover what the giant leaf is all about.